With the Golden State Warriors up 7 with only 1 minute and 50 seconds to go, a pivotal jump ball between Jackson Hayes and Andrew Wiggins commences. You'd think simple play, right? We have a simple just jump ball here by the referees, kind of jumping the ball up. Jackson Hayes gets the advantage right here. LeBron James looks at the ball. Maybe I have a chance. Draymond Green looks for the ball. Looks like he has a chance. Ends up here, Draymond Green looks like he hits the ball off of Austin Reeves. Turns out that the Lakers want to challenge this play. They want to review whether or not Draymond Green actually stepped out of bounds before he was able to throw it off of Austin Reeves. 15 minutes later, we find out he did indeed throw it off of Austin Reeves. By then, honestly, who cares? 15 minutes to review if somebody was out of bounds. They also take off a LeBron James 3 on the other end, which ended up making it 117 in this clip. But 15 minutes to decide if the ball was out. Then to just bring on the cacophony of errors that were present in this game. The shot clock doesn't start. It stays at 24 the entire time throughout this play, and they have to switch to actually manually doing the shot clock. After seemingly having an almost perfect game, one of probably the best rated games of the NBA, the officials are being blamed for all of these errors present. I think first off, this was an amazing game. I love this game. Obviously the Warriors won, and that's what I wanted. Personally, selfishly. But also LeBron James played incredibly, ended up scoring 40 points tonight, and had just an incredible game by overpowering players like Jonathan Kuminga and Andrew Wiggins and getting tons of and ones and being able to really drive well to the basket. The game was marred obviously by an Andrew Wiggins Anthony Davis matchup that didn't end up happening. Anthony Davis ended up getting kind of hit in the eye, it seemed like, by either Andrew Wiggins or Jonathan Kuminga during the heat of the battle in the first quarter, and that prevented him from playing the whole rest of the game. It looked like his eye started swelling almost immediately. It must have been a pretty bad poke after all, and so he ended up sitting out this whole game. And after that, the Warriors really had a party inside the paint, and they ended up scoring more points in the paint than they ever had really versus the Lakers in this specific game, which was just incredible to watch. The Warriors really have changed as a team, and the Lakers without Anthony Davis really don't have that defensive presence that they're looking for. After all, you see right here, the Warriors already managed to score 126 points before the last minute of the fourth quarter, which with Anthony Davis there, I bet this is a little bit of a different game. Not saying the Warriors wouldn't win, but definitely a different type of game with Anthony Davis in it. But back to this clip and back to the referees. It's not the refs' fault. I really want to point that out. It's not the refs' fault. This is the NBA's fault. This is Secaucus' fault. This is the NBA communicators' fault. Why does it take 15 minutes for them to review something like a LeBron James steps out on a 3? Secaucus should be reviewing it during the play of the game, because the actual missed 3 happened at like 2:22, where he made that 3 on the baseline essentially. The NBA should already be reviewing it so that whenever they're able to stop the clock and review the play, as the NBA referees are able to, they should immediately say, oh yeah, LeBron was out immediately. So that takes like 5 seconds, and then they can go back to the play that they're challenging. And in this clip right here where we looked at the Draymond Green stepping out of bounds, he was clearly out of bounds. Just call him out of bounds and just keep on going. These reviews should not take so long when we're having not only the referees at the place looking at them, but the people they're communicating with looking at them. Okay, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I can understand that. 5 minutes, you're disrupting the entire flow of the game. And that's what LeBron James is talking about I'm too old for this, and Steph Curry kind of echoing his sentiments. Not only that, but I mean, everyone in the fan base just kind of gets bored. It felt like this game was over almost as soon as that replay and entire debacle with the shot clock happened. Basically right here, after this specific clip and play, it seemed like basically you see here Jonathan Kuminga is just trying not to foul as hard as he can. The game is basically over. They're just trying not to give up too many points, and there was really no point of that whole entire sequence afterwards. We basically wasted 20 to 30 minutes of viewing time, and this is why the NBA gets so much hate, especially late in games. And this leads to another problem that really has been plaguing the league, which is the problem with the referees. From Rudy Gobert flashing the money sign to a lot of players believing that just NBA betting has ruined referees and how people see referees, there's clearly a problem with the rules and how the NBA is officiating these days. I really definitely like the changes that have happened post All-Star break, where we're making sure to call less fouls. We've had less fouls after the All-Star break than in any other month in the NBA. They pointed out that stat during the broadcast, actually, which I thought was really interesting. And it's been clear to me, just eye test wise, not even looking at the numbers, that they've been calling less fouls and making sure that if you do foul, it has to be really like a big content, or you have to be a superstar. And I think that's an important distinction that we're going to see going into the playoffs, which I really love. I really like them making that change. But I think with more money in the NBA, with more betting in the NBA, officials are just going to become under more and more scrutiny. So making sure that we allow them to have clear-cut calls is going to be super important going into the future, so that players like Rudy Gobert don't flash the money sign, so that people don't get super pissed off when stuff like this happens. Secaucus needs to help as much as possible. As soon as they notice something wrong, if it's going to be reviewed, start doing it. That's what their job is. That's what they're paid to do. Watch these games closely and review every single play, especially late in games. Okay, if you miss a call at the first quarter, nobody really cares. The last 5 minutes in the fourth quarter, that's when everyone's going to be watching. Everyone's going to be looking for that money. Everyone's going to be saying, oh, the refs are rigged, whatever. Just try and make the right call. If you can't make it, if it's inconclusive, like some of these plays are, just go with the call on the field and then keep the game moving. Nobody wants to wait for 15 or 20 minutes, and it just ruins the flow of an NBA basketball game. And this game was beautiful. I loved watching this game until the last part of it. And I think even Draymond Green and LeBron James would tell you, hey, just get this over with. If you just figure out the shot clock, just figure out the challenge, just make it a lot faster. We got warm for this game. Draymond Green came in with a back injury. It probably took him a while to warm up. You can't afford to kind of just be out there just walking around for like 15 to 20 minutes. And they all have flights to catch. I mean, the Warriors are traveling after this, I'm pretty sure. So we got to make sure to keep those players healthy too. And it's a big deal for the NBA. They have more than enough money, more than enough support to provide these officials. And I definitely was frustrated with the way this game turned out. If you guys enjoyed listening to this content, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions you'd like to ask us, please like and subscribe and ask those questions away in the comment section.